Hello there and welcome to another live chapter reading for Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Today I shall be reading from Caspian's Unbirthday, The Invisible Magic Wand, Book 3 by Lois Wickstrom. February 14th was Caspian's unbirthday. Every year on February 14th, Grandpa gave Caspian a silly present that just wasn't suitable for a birthday present. When Caspian awoke, Grandpa's special box was under his bed. Whatever his present was, Caspian knew it would not be anything he expected. Caspian pulled out the box, he lifted the lid. Inside was something brown. Caspian held it up. It was brown socks. A piece of paper fluttered to the floor, and in Grandpa's handwriting the note said, "Hot chocolate socks." At breakfast, his mum asked, "Where's your unbirthday present?" Caspian shrugged. "Brown socks." "You have to say something nice to Grandpa," his dad said. "What's nice about brown socks?" asked Caspian. Grandpa sat down at the breakfast table and asked, "Are you wearing your hot chocolate socks?" And Caspian nodded. Grandpa picked up his cup of cocoa and spilled it on Caspian's feet. Caspian's feet twitched. He glared at his grandpa, but Grandpa just smiled back. Then Caspian's feet lifted him off the floor right out of his chair. Grandpa grabbed Caspian's hand so he wouldn't float away. "You've got time to change before you go to school," said his mum. "I'll make sure he changes," said Grandpa, but he winked. Caspian's parents left for work, and Caspian pushed himself away from the table. His chair toppled, and his butt bumped against the wall. Grandpa handed him a broom to help him balance. "For steering," said Grandpa. "I can't go to school like this," said Caspian. "It's your unbirthday," said Grandpa. "No school today." Grandpa grabbed the mop, and then Grandpa picked up another cup of cocoa and spilled it on his own feet. Next thing Caspian knew, they were flying down the narrow alley behind his house. "What if somebody sees us?" Caspian asked. "What if they call the police?" "It's not illegal to fly," said Grandpa. When they came to the lake, Grandpa said, "We don't need boats today." All morning they flew over the water. A frog hopped on Caspian's hand. The frog didn't like flying. It jumped down onto a lily pad. At lunch they flew to a basketball game. The food vendor saw Grandpa's mop and gave him peanuts and popcorn. "Thanks for keeping the place clean," he said. Grandpa left a big tip for the vendor and shared the snacks with Caspian. As they flew across the basketball court, Grandpa caught the ball and made a basket. "Not fair," yelled one of the players. He jumped up and shoved Grandpa off his mop. The mop fell to the ground and Grandpa flopped wildly in the air. Caspian swept Grandpa to safety with his broom. The player straddled the mop and hopped around like a child playing horsey. Grandpa called, "You need hot chocolate socks." The player shook a fist at them and then threw the mop. Grandpa caught it and off they flew. That afternoon they flew upside down, walked on walls, and made loop-the-loops. After a while, Grandpa looked tired. "It's time for my nap," said Grandpa, "but first we need to wash our hot chocolate socks." When Caspian took off his shoes, his socks turned him upside down. When he took off his socks, they escaped from his hands. They flew up and slapped against the ceiling. "I know that sound," said Grandpa. He climbed up on the toilet and captured them. Caspian clasped his brown socks with both hands and plunged them into the water-filled sink. Now they were ordinary brown socks again. He hung them up to dry. When his mum got home, she saw his brown socks hanging on the towel rack, said, "I'm sorry you didn't get to wear your unbirthday present." "Grandpa and I had fun anyway," said Caspian. I hope you enjoyed this book and that you'll go check out some of the others in the series. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.